Hello, everybody. I am Julia Wilburn. I'm the Communications Manager for Tennessee Craft, and I'm here again today with Bonnie Matthews, our Membership Manager. Hey, Bonnie.
Hey.
So if you watched our first how-to video, you know that today we're going to talk about Facebook as a platform that you might want to use for your virtual events.
So, as a reminder, Facebook is a really great platform for building communities and relationships. So, you can connect there with your friends, family, then you can connect more broadly with their friends and family. You can connect with customers, potential customers. There's just a potential for exponential growth in terms of your network on Facebook. And it's also great for building communities. So you can create groups within Facebook to communicate for like-minded purposes. So that might be for a guild or a craft collective. There are really myriad of ways that you could use Facebook to connect with people with similar interests. So, the advantages of using Facebook for your virtual event. When you go live on Facebook, your live event will automatically show up in your followers' feeds. So that's a great marketing tool for you. You may have communicated with people, you may have sent them an email, created a Facebook event, told them in a phone call, many ways that you are going to be going live. You are going to give a studio tour or a demonstration. But as soon as you go live, you're going to appear in the Facebook feed of your followers. So they're going to know that you're live. It's going to alert them to watch you live in your event. Your audience does not have to go through any special steps to get into your event at that point. So if they knew 1 o'clock on Saturday, I'm going to be in the studio showing you how I'm using my new pottery wheel. And they're thinking, I have always wanted to see how that one works, and so I'm going to join at 1 o'clock on Saturday. They don't have to do anything else. They just go onto Facebook and they can get right into the event. So there's no extra logins, extra invitations that are required for your followers to access your event. One great advantage of Facebook for live events, this is really notable if you are doing a demonstration, is that your video is archived and it's accessible in the future. And at the end of this video, we're going to show you an archive video that we did for Tennessee Craft. And for better or worse, that video lasts on and on for perpetuity until you can delete it at some point from your Facebook page. But if you are creating content that you want people to get in the future, you are, sharing a technique. You are introducing something that you really think that people are going to want to see in the future. You're going into a place that is inaccessible to most people, and people are going to want to see that in the future. Facebook is really the best option for you to archive that video and have it accessible in the future.
So, like most things, there are some challenges and some disadvantages to using Facebook for your virtual event. And a lot of it is personal preference. But some things to think about are that there is no ability to talk to your audience and to have a conversation. It is, as we said in the first video, it's a lot like a lecture. Where you are not expecting reactions, you are just talking to the camera. There is some interaction with as far as comments, and we'll show you that in a little bit, but the comments do pop up, but there is no face-to-face interaction with your audience. It's really just you talking. Another challenge, and this kind of dovetails in with the comments, is that you have to take questions in the comment section, and that can be hard to do if you are by yourself. It is a little easier if you have somebody who is maybe filming you, using your phone to go live on Facebook, and for you to speak to them, and then that person who's filming could read through the comments and, you know, and kind of give you the questions that are coming in that way. If you're doing it by yourself, it's a little harder. It's a little clunkier to kind of sift through what's happening in real time, and so it's very easy to lose comments as they come in, because sometimes they come in really fast. So some suggestions as far as a virtual event that you might want to do if you're thinking ahead to Tennessee Craft Week. Again, that is October the 2nd through 11th. If you're thinking ahead and wanting to consider what you might do as a virtual event for Tennessee Craft Week or beyond, you could do a live demo. As we've kind of talked about, that Facebook is a good platform for doing a live demonstration where it's just you talking. It's you demonstrating your craft to your audience. A narrated studio tour would also be an excellent option. You can take your audience on a tour of your studio, you know, stopping at different points to explain your process, to show your work, maybe show a work in progress. So those are a couple of options that you might consider. Bonnie, what about what are some things that we have done? Because we've done a couple of these live events.
Ooh, we did an interview after our Tennessee Craft Workshop with one of our artists, and he was telling us a little bit what he had gotten out of the workshop and some new initiatives that he was going to undertake inspired by the workshop. So we did that in the gallery. The feedback from that was there was a lot of background noise.
Lots of background noise.
Not really a problem during the COVID-19, you know, lockdown, but there was a lot of background noise. It was a little hard to hear him. In that environment, I'd maybe want to have a microphone in the future or move the camera a little bit closer.
We learn as we go.
We've also, you know, with Facebook Live, we have used it a lot on the day of an event for something that we want to bring you into that space with us.
Right.
So I know you've used it during the fair, right? Given little tours around the fair, or, you know, we're getting set up right now. I'm going to screen share with you guys and show you the Big Payback 2020, which was the first week of May. We were nearing the end of, I think it's a 24-hour cycle of giving, and I was just super pumped. We'd got a lot of donations, and I was actually about to go out for the day and had been tracking it all day. And I just really wanted to encourage anyone who might be online at that point and interested in making a donation to Tennessee Craft to go ahead and do that, to, you know, take that final step and do it. We had about an hour left, and so I just impromptu went online.
Just hopped on.
And, you know, here in my home to show off the art that I keep around me a little bit. And so I'm going to screen share with you, and I'm going to go to our Tennessee Craft website, and you can, so this is a great example here of how your video lives. My page looks a little different because I'm an administrator with Julia of this account, but your video here lives in perpetuity as long as you want it on your site. We've made quite a few, and so here are some of our other examples of live videos that we've done. But this was a Facebook Live that I did. Hopefully it will play for you. Hey friends, I have just a couple of minutes before I head out of town elsewhere in Middle Tennessee for a social distance walk. And I wanted to invite you really quickly to learn a little bit more about Tennessee Craft and think about supporting us today. We have 90 more minutes of the Big Payback. And if you've talked to me in the last couple of years, you know that I love emerging artists. One of the best parts of my job is working with artists who are just learning their craft, who are getting going in their careers, who are hoping to become full-time working artists. And that's hard right now. It's hard for any self-employed person right now out in the world. We're working through all the difficulties of filing for unemployment as a self-employed person, or trying to keep that business going when you can't be live in person. So Tennessee Crafts is here trying to make those connections and recommendations from our youngest beginning artists all the way through our most experienced master artists. Behind me is a work from my mom. Always keep that nearby. Here's a birdhouse from one of my emerging makers. Last year, Ryan Gabari got some earrings on and my necklace from Bethany Daniel here in the neighborhood. Over behind me, this is Nori Jahan's work from the Emerging Makers tent. You have the two elephant parents and the elephant child. I found this just an incredible mixed media piece. It was a great value for me. I'm going to stop that here. Oh, great. I look fantastic. I'm going to go elsewhere in Facebook really quickly. But just wanted to say that that was very spur of the moment. So you could definitely do a better job of laying everything out. But when I started the video, I knew where I was going to be in my space. I was near my art. I wanted to show you some particular pieces that were meaningful to me. And so I had thought about that just a little bit. I was moving a little too much. There was a little bit too much action there. It'd be better if I was kind of focused on myself. But, you live and learn, and you might try, if you're going to do a big event that you're going to really promote and do publicly, you might try doing something smaller in advance and just sharing it with your friends. It could just be, hey, Facebook friends, check out my backyard today. Look how beautiful it is. And then you can kind of play around with the features before you have your big event online. Do you have anything else to share before I do a little
a real live video? No, I think it was a great example, and it is Facebook, and I talked a little bit about this in the first video. Instagram does this too, but it's very in the moment. You can just you don't have to schedule a Facebook Live. You can just go live on Facebook because you're excited about a work that you're that you have just completed. So it is it's really versatile. So that's also something to think about when you're thinking about what you might want to do as far as a virtual event.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking a kiln opening could be really cool. That's something that I don't normally get to see, even though I work with artists. To that moment where you pull something out and you're like, oh no, this broke, or this, finish turned out totally different than I expected.
Right.
So, and that's something that you could do anytime. It doesn't have to be planned in advance.
Absolutely.
But we have planned videos in advance. If you go to our page, you'll see things like there was a membership appeal on there. We wrote a script for that. We laid it out. I really thought a lot about what I wanted to say. Right. So it just really depends on your event and how much you want to lay that out in advance, how much you need to for what you're doing. All right, are you ready?
I think we're ready. So Bonnie's gonna demonstrate live how to go live on Facebook.
I have my personal page here. If you have a business page, it will look a little different, but I know as artists, a lot of you, I guess I could go back to the Tennessee Craft page and show you as a business, the live button is right here. Okay, you see that right here. And that's where you would go live as a business. Going back to my personal page. To go live on my personal page. So it's going to look a little different on a phone than it will on a computer, but it's going to generally be where you create your posts. You're going to find the option to do a live video. And that's right here. Let's see. All right, I've got go live here on the left. I'm using my camera and I'm gonna go live.
There you go.
It's giving me a countdown in the corner. It takes just a second.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a delay for it to start up.
And now I'm live. As you can see in the left-hand side, I am live on Facebook. And so anybody out there in Facebook land who sees me going live will see that I am doing a tutorial currently on how to go live on Facebook so that our artists with all your myriad of talents can go online and share all of the creative work that you're doing. Over here on the left-hand side is where I will see comments as I'm live, and down here at the bottom I can see what I look like right now. I can expand this. Let's see if you guys can see that. Okay, great. And it's going to look again a little different if you're on a phone. You're going to probably have that vertical layout similar to the example that I showed you a moment ago for the big payback. And this is a wide format because I'm currently working on a desktop computer. And if you look over here on the left-hand side, you see Julia has commented. She says hi. I can respond and I can say, hey, friend. And as I am live, I can communicate with someone, but this is going to be where you're going to get feedback. And so this is one thing that you really need to consider. Are you going to be able to manage that? If you are seeking questions or feedback, or you want to show something based upon what the audience is looking for, that's going to be where you're going to manage your dialogue with your audience. And so you're going to see that here. If you're working on a phone, it's actually going to appear at the bottom of your video, and it's going to scroll through pretty rapidly because only a couple comments at a time can show there in order for you to continue to see your live feed. And so if people are, you know, filling up your space with smiley faces and, you know, hearts,
it does tend to go really quickly.
That's all going to come through, and the questions are going to scroll up, and you're not going to see them. So just think about how you want to manage that before you plan your live feed.
Yeah. You also may notice that Bonnie that her video right now is on a little bit of a lag. That has to do with just internet connection and bandwidth, and we're also kind of streaming from one medium to another. So I think that's a little bit of what the lag time is. So
again, Facebook world, if you happen to be catching this, I am doing a demo right now for our artist community about how to use a Facebook Live. And I highly recommend that you consider doing a Facebook Live for Tennessee Craft Week, or just over the summer. Show us what you're doing. Like, go into your studios, show us the work that you're in process on, but definitely consider something big and fun to share with us online in the first full week of October, which is Tennessee Craft Week.
Right. Well, Bonnie, thank you for going live and for doing a step-by-step tutorial for us. I'm going to click back over. I'm going to stop your screen sharing. So we'll say bye to Bonnie. Bye, Bonnie. So thank you guys for joining us today. We hope that this is helpful information for you, and we will be back soon with our third video where we'll talk about Instagram and how best to use that platform. So thanks for watching. See you guys later.
Bye, friends.